Hey navigators, it's Financial Freedom Friday, and that means that we have some great financial freedom tips and tricks for you. And today we have a question from an amazing navigator. So, are you ready? Are you set? Let's go. Let's get right into it. Hey, if you have a question, send us an email. Send us an email to navigation@gmail.com and we'll address your question too on an upcoming episode. Navigation@gmail.com. I'll see you all soon. Hey navigators, it's Nyosha here and it's Financial Freedom Friday. Yes, I'm so excited for today. We have a wonderful question from a navigator and it's all about business. Your business, my business, their business too. So let's get down to business. Let's address the question. Let's have some financial freedom for this Friday. Are you ready? Are you set? Let's go. All right, so here's the question. The question reads, Nyosha, I have an LLC established, but I need to know about how I can get business credit. What do I do? Where do I start? Where do I begin? I love the question. I love the question. Bottom, ground up. So I'm going to attack this from three different aspects because one thing is known for sure, and that's that the LLC has been established. But I don't have additional detail to fill in some other blanks, and there could be other options for you. However, let me take the guesswork out of it for you. The first option that I want you to do and explore, and this is across any scenario, I want you to literally sit down and write what your goals are. What is your vision? What are you trying to accomplish here? Write that down because that's going to get you serious. That's going to get you in the mindset of what you need to do. Now you have something in front of you that you can tangibly see every day as your motivator. So go to your kitchen table, go to your dining room table, go to your bed, wherever you feel comfortable, write it down. Okay, write down that vision, what you want to do, what's your timeline for establishing that. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to check your credit. Why are you checking your credit? Because believe it or not, business credit is oftentimes tied to personal credit, especially if you are starting up. If you're a small business, you don't have much establishment, you're just getting your feet wet, they need to look at who you are as an individual to identify how you're going to run your business. So check your credit, all right? And that's the key factor here because for all three options that I'm going to give you, credit plays a major factor. You know your credit, you know your vision. Now, what are your options? So option number one, and this is something that most of my young entrepreneurs, spirited people that want to supplement their income, people that just want to get their retirement maximized and they want to do something different. They want to get into the real estate game. They want to buy and they want to flip. Everybody wants to do it. While each person that is worthy of getting approved to do this can do it, it's not always an option that people think through. Why do I say this? Because yes, you can get the approval. Yes, you can get the money to rehab and flip a property, but you got to think about the other things involved here. It's not just buy a house, get the renovation done and sell it right back, right? In 30 days or less. That doesn't happen in all cases. Personal credit is going to be a key indicator into how your approval goes. What does that mean? Interest rates that you're going to pay, the amount of money that you are going to be lent in order to do this rehabilitation. Some lenders will give you a straight up approval based on the amount of capital that you have available today. So what do you need? You need capital. You need money to show your hand up front to say, hey, I'm worthy of doing this. You need your credit. You need at least about 10 to 20% down because even if they cover your renovation loans, which will be about 80 to 90% of the cost, there's interest that you have to pay. while the renovation is going on. Sometimes there are other fees that you have to pay while the renovation is going on. You have carrying costs, right? You have to carry this property, you have to carry the contractors until it is officially closed and the check is in your hand that settled the account, and now you can pay back the lender and recoup whatever profit you made. So it's not just going into a bank and saying, hey, I want to flip a property, give me a loan. You need to show your worthiness on your side, and that's going to involve credit and capital, right? How can you get the capital? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's Financial Freedom Friday. Start your Financial Freedom Friday challenge today. Put the money to the side, make some sacrifices, get your income tax file early for 2020. And now you have some money that can go towards your goal. So writing that goal down, having a vision, checking your credit, and getting your capital together. That's the first way that you will start with your real estate flip as an option for your business. Now, we're going to move on to what the second option is. Option number 2. Most people don't think about this, but what if you are a homeowner? And what if you say, Nyosha, well, I don't have any money. My credit's good, but I don't have any additional money right now. And I want to make a move. It's not necessarily a buy and flip, but it's something else that I want to do. I love putting together floral arrangements, or I love baking cakes, and I want to get my business started. What do? Did you ever consider a home equity line of credit? It's a great option. And what does it allow you to do? In most cases, it'll allow you to refinance at a lower rate, but pull the equity out of your house. You're already sitting on gold. You're sitting on it and you're paying a mortgage already, right? So you're accustomed to doing this. If you get a lower interest rate, you could pay the same, in some cases, lower than what you're paying and get money out at the same time. How beautiful is that? But what do you need? Credit. Your personal credit. Again, you need the personal credit to qualify for a home equity line of credit. What do you also need? Income. So you need to be employed. You need to show that you have revenue coming in. It's similar to a mortgage process, but it's different in that you are using the equity that your home has available today to pull out, to refinance, and start a new loan process with the lender. Doesn't have to be the same lender. So you can check around and see which lender offers better rates. But you need those two things. And you also need to have a debt to income ratio that says, hey, you're worthy of taking out this new loan and you can afford to repay it. So you need to know your personal credit. You need to have the income coming in, and you also need to have some equity in your house so that the bank knows that you're worthy and that they can actually get their money back, right? They can't give you something from nothing. So in some cases, they're going to want you to have at least $75,000 of equity in the house, and you can pull from that. You also have to factor in that closing costs will need to be paid. So Financial Freedom Friday, again, start your challenge. All right, so that's option number 2. Option number 3 is, option number 3, you just want a straight up business loan. You're not a homeowner, right? You're a small business, or you have this vision in your mind, you've written it down and you say, what do I do? Okay, so again, your credit. Your personal credit is going to come into factor here. So you have to have your credit up to par. At least around a 620. Some lenders may want you to have a higher score, but your personal credit is going to be attached here. And also, they want to see some cash. They want to see some capital. They want to see how you're moving and how your business has operated even before they'll give you approval. So there are many requirements that various banks will put on you. Some of the most critical requirements for a straight business loan is going to be income taxes, personal credit, business credit. Then you want to have bank accounts, right? That shows income, revenue coming in. Sometimes they want you to have at least revenue of $50,000 over the year. right? And so when you think about that on a monthly basis, it's not a large amount, but if you are a small business, if you are a startup and you don't have those things, what do? So the first thing that I want you to do, once you have your vision written out, once you have your credit score noticed, right? I want you to, because now you're serious, I want you to file for your LLC, incorporate. And the reason I'm suggesting, and you personally can choose whatever options that you want to, but when you're starting a business, keep this in mind. It's important that you separate your business from your personal. And the reason that you want to do that is because if your business collapses, you don't want your personal to collapse too. So you want the two to be separate entities. However, to get established first, you have to partner, right? And you have to marry the two. So I want you to keep that in mind. Now, if you set up your LLC, and you have your EIN, that's your employee identification number. That's your social security number for your business. You have those two things in place. So now you've set up your legal entity for your business, right? Now you want to establish some business credit. How do you do that? Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to open a business checking account. Open and get affiliated with a bank that you can deposit money into and you can have revenue go into and that you can utilize for your business. So go open a business account. Again, Financial Freedom Friday. If you're saving, if you're completing the challenge, now you can make deposits to build that business account up. And oftentimes when you open the business account, what are they going to do? They're going to offer you a credit card that goes with that. Take the business credit card. Why? Because it will allow you to establish business credit. You don't have to make massive purchases here. The whole thing with credit card and credit is discipline. Discipline that you know how to check yourself when it comes to spending. You know how to pay your bills back. And that's what creditors are looking for. It's the same when you're applying for a business loan. They want to see your historical payment. They want to see how you have managed, because that is going to allow them to determine how you're going to repay them. So you got your LLC established. Now you've opened the bank account. Now you have applied and you have a business credit card. That's great. So you keep those things going. You're going to pay on time because you want to show that you have positive discipline and repayment history. Now, what are you going to do? You need to drill down and you need to create a business plan. It can be a one-page business plan, right? Something very concrete that shows why you are worthy. So do your SWOT analysis, your market analysis, your targeted audience, what your vision and your goal is. Outline that on that same piece of paper with your vision, right? Then you also want to have a balance sheet because you want to be able to show your assets, your liabilities, the equity that you have. You want to present this to the bank that says, here, I'm a responsible person. I've been doing this the last 6 months. A year is really a good time frame to show your challenges and your successes with the bank. So I've been doing this for the last year, and here is what I've been able to accomplish on my own. However, I need XYZ. So you want to identify the amount of money that you need from the bank. Don't go in there and just say, oh, well, what will you give me? You want to specifically identify the amount that you need from the bank and what you intend to use it for. So, Mr. Banker, I've done this on my own for this amount of time. I've brought in this much profit. Here's what I need because this is where I want to go and what I want to do. And with this funds, I will be able to. That's how you're going to present it. And you're going to present it in document type status, right? So you have now physical evidence that ties back to the success of your business, to the profitability of your business and your ability to pay, to the credit of your business, right? Because now you've established that business credit separate from your personal credit. You have the bank account, so that's your receipt, and you can show these transactions and the success here. And now you can walk into the bank of your choice and say, hey, this is what I need from you. This is how I've accomplished it, and this is how I'm going to repay you back because I project. So your forecasts are very important because that is projecting the growth that you anticipate to receive with the income that you are going to get from the bank. Got it? I know it's a lot involved, but you also have so much research out there that you can do. So what I would also say to you is research different banks. Even the bank that you have established the line of credit with, you can talk to them at that time that you're opening the account to see what their specific requirements are. That way you have something to work towards for the next 6 months to a year if you're not already there. It gives you a framework, and it also gives you a baseline for a point of comparison. So get that information early and use it as you're comparing to other institutions for a loan. The other option, and this is the final thing that I want to say here, is an SBA loan, right? So when you do a small business loan, the small business loan is basically acting like a guarantor in a sense that the lender will get their money back because they put you through so many hoops and hurdles, right? There are a lot of requirements, a lot of red tape there. But if you go through the SBA association and you say, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it, and this is what I need the money for, you will have met all of the checkpoints needed to qualify, and a lender will feel very confident in lending to you. So do your research there and check that out as well. But it's very feasible. Again, everything ties back to your credit. So you got to get your credit in check, right? And you got to have some capital. So Financial Freedom Friday, start the challenge today. It's out there. It's 30 days as a jump start, but that 30 days will change your life. So go look at the prior Financial Freedom Friday videos and get on it today. Don't wait. Today is a day to make it happen. All right, y'all. So that's your Financial Freedom Friday. I'm Nyosha. Subscribe, like, and share for more great information. And if you have a question, send it over to us and we will address it in an upcoming episode. All right, so be the change that you wish to see in the world, but be the change that you wish to see in you. I believe in you, y'all, and I'm claiming for your ostentatious wealth today. All right, so that's Financial Freedom Friday. I'll see you all soon.